So a quick video of making some bowl blanks. I have a bunch of Indian Rosewood logs that were cut up by some grounds crew. In Arizona we have a lot of the sissoo wood. It's called Indian Rosewood. I don't know the Latin correct scientific name, but my understanding is in India it's actually a rare wood, and it's really sought after for, I guess, its hardness, its workability, and they make guitars out of it. And if you can't prove that it's not from India, your guitar will be confiscated. So who knew? It's really, people don't like it. They grow up big and fast, and they push up, their roots push up the sidewalks. They're a pretty tree, being that they grow fast. You see them all throughout the green belts, the cul-de-sacs, the front yards. So, I mean, look it up. If you have a big sissoo in your front yard, I would venture to say someone would almost cut it down for free. So the guy that cut this down really just butchered it up, just cut it apart, because it was probably weighing in a green belt and they had to pull it out by wheelbarrow. And so I couldn't make any slabs out of it. So it's been sitting here for a few weeks, and I think I'm going to cut it up and make some bowl blanks. So stick around. So my understanding is you want to take just down the pith, which is the center part of it, take a straight line and kind of scribe a mark. I just have this chalk, and you want to go on each end of that. So I'll just kind of go again, I guess 3 lines here. That'll be the waist, because the first part that starts to crack is the pith, the center part of the tree, more or less. I'll kind of go out on that, and then our blanks will be about that size right there. So we'll go on here on this side. I guess go out a little bit further. You can always trim it off with the out on that side. So it gives us, what, about 4 inches? 4 inches, give or take, of wood to be used. So I'm going to do a cold start on my Husqvarna. And that is why they call it Indian Rosewood. I don't know if you can see that, if it's not focusing or what. Just a really pretty wood. these are called noodles. The way that it's cutting into the grain, it just really pulls it out right here and just noodles these up. These dry really fast and make really good kindling, bedding for animals. So this is the Indian Rosewood. It is has some really pretty grain, and it's kind of oblong here, so this probably, since you can only make it, I guess, as big as the bowl is, I'm not going to utilize the whole entire part. So the next step is to, I guess, kind of figure out where your middle is. I mean, I guess you can measure it, you can eyeball it. I don't know if these are really going to help at all. I do have some splits there. Depends on which way you want to take the bowl, but I'm going to go just kind of eyeball it right here. Just put a little, and figure out where are we at, right about there, I think that'll work. So I'm just going to tie that off. A little bit shorter there. So there we can kind of more or less draw a circle of how big you want to make the bowl. So that gives us a circle, and then I'm going to trim off these other sides here, the other part. So being how big this log was, it really doesn't give us much, because when they first cut this, they cut it too short. Of course, they weren't thinking of making bowls. The idea is if your log is going to be 20 inches around diameter, then you want to cut at least a 20-inch long. That way you can really use the most of it. So there you have two bowl blanks. I don't know, what are those? 4 or 5 inches long by about 11, 12 inches. Kind of roughed out. That way when you put it on the lathe, it'll be able to spin. Now I'm not sure if that's going to cause a problem or not. If it goes all the way through, it doesn't. Again, my first time kind of roughing out bowl blanks, but it's just straightforward. You want to take as much off as you can before you put it on the lathe, just to save you some time and some wear and tear on your tools and on your lathe. So I want to give a special thanks to Kevin Richards. He's gave him a call. He gave me some pointers on what I need to do, how to rough it out, kind of a general idea how to cut it up. He does some awesome work. I'll post his YouTube page and his Instagram page in the comments, in the description. And then I'll be heading over to, haven't cleared it with him yet, but Mono Loco Workshop, and he'll be able to help me out hopefully when he has time, when I have time, and I'll be able to turn my first bowl. So we shall see. Of course, all pending his approval, but he's a pretty good guy. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick, not so quick. I always want to do quick videos, but they turn out longer than I want. But hope you liked it. Like and subscribe. Shoot me your questions your way, my way, your way, and let me know what else you want to see. Some boot videos, some chainsaw videos. I have a 660 that I'm going to be breaking down and kind of giving a video on how to diagnose problems that you might have with a non-starting, with a treble saw, and I'll be going over that little by little. Have a wonderful afternoon. Adios.